and welcome to my and congratulations. Hi and welcome to my guide of the forgettable tale of a drunken dwarf quest. The quest requirements are the giant dwarf and fishing contest. The stat requirements are 17 farming and 22 cooking. The items needed are approximately 400 GP, 2 buckets of water, 2 barley malts, which you can buy from the Grand Exchange, or you can make them yourself by using 2 barleys on a cooking range, which you can get from the Grand Exchange, or you can farm them yourself. You can easily buy barley seeds from a seed seller in Draenor Market. Also, you'll need a rake, a seed dibber, and a spade, which you can buy from any farm shop near a herb patch, and also a random item, which not always can be bought from the Grand Exchange. All the random items will be listed in the description and how to get them. So you will also need a teleportation method to get that random item, and then a teleportation method to the Grand Exchange, so you can take a minecart ride back to Calagrim. Since you don't need to fight anything during this quest, just bring your weight reducing armor and let's say 2 stamina potions would be enough. And then lastly, you will need to have something to do while you wait 20 minutes and then another 10 minutes. When you think you're ready to start this quest, just go to Keldogrim, where you started the giant dwarf quest, on the western side of Keldogrim, west of the bank. Talk to Commander Vel. The band. Just keep pressing the spacebar and then select the second option. Very interested. Select first option, yes. Sounds like a job for me. First option. And you'll see a cutscene. But first, let's go south and go to the pub. So we can buy a beer. Just go a little bit south, you'll see a minigame sign and a beer sign. Enter it, talk to one of the barmaids. Like to buy a beer, 2 coins, pay up, and then go back north and go to the building with a lot of red dots in it. Open the door, talk to the drunken dwarf. Then select the second option, I need to know about the red axe. Now he wants a beer, since you already have it. Talk to the drunken dwarf again. Need to know about the red axe. You will give him the beer. Just keep pressing the spacebar, and he will give you 1 Kelda seed. Now you will need to get 3 more by talking to his drinking buddies. First, let's go back south and go to the Laughing Miner Inn once again. And near this inn, walking around, we should find a dwarf called Rowdy. Talk to him. Just keep pressing the spacebar, and he will ask for a random item. For me, it was an acne potion. If you didn't read what the item was, just talk to him again. And now you'll need to find that one random item. Now you just need to fetch that item and give it to him. If you do not know how to get that item, or you're unable to get it, you just need to wait a while, and then you will need to say to Rowdy that you're unable to find it, and he will ask for another one. So for me, it was an acne potion, and according to a third-party website, it is given for free by the apothecary. And the only apothecary there is that I know is in Iraq, so check the description, just like me. Just go to have options, right? You give it to him, and you'll get Kelda seeds. Alright, after you have the second seed, go back south, go back to the card right, and talk to the card conductor on the western side. Select the third option that you want to buy a ticket, then select the third option to the White Wolf Mountain. Buy a ticket for 100 GP, and it'll say to go to track 4. So go to track 4 and write the last train card and get your way to White Wolf Mountain. When you've arrived, let's go a little bit west and enter this pub. Inside this pub, we will need to find an NPC called Korvac. Try to find Korvac and try not to attack the dwarves. Talk to him once you found him. Just skip through the dialogue and he will give you the third seed. If you select the second option, that you only want to borrow it. Alright, once you have this, let's go back east. And let's go back to Calogrim. By talking to the card conductor. Buy a ticket. Select the first option, buy. Then write the train card. And let's go back.
Sega mõttes kokku natuke jogurtit, veidike kohupiima ja törtsuke koola.
Alright, when you've arrived, let's now go to the western side of Calogrim. So let's go northwest. Don't cross the bridge, just enter the big building, climb up one of the 2 stairs, then cross the river by just going through the 2nd floor. I think this is faster. Now we need to go to the pub on the western side of the Calogrim village. So just keep going west, and south of the bank you will see a pub sign. Enter the pub and talk to the barman. Then select the first option, a beer please, and buy one for 1 GP. Talk to him again, and select the first option again to buy a second beer. Pay up. Next, drink 1 beer to get the beer glass. Next, inside of the pub you'll find one NPC called Gauss. Talk to him. Keep pressing spacebar. He will bring a toast in trade for the 4th Kelda seeds. Once you have all 4 of the Kelda seeds, let's go east, and east of the pub you'll find a farm patch. A little bit south of the Kelda hop patch you should find an NPC called Rind the Gardener. Talk to him. Next, go to the hop patch and rake it. If you didn't bring a rake, there is a spawn point just south of the gardener. Once the patch has been raked, just use your seeds on it, and now you will need to wait approximately 15 to 20 minutes for the hops to be fully grown. They will be healthy on their own, so you don't need to watch or stay with them for the next 20 minutes. What you could do is talk to Rind again, and he will give you a letter. You will need to deliver that letter to Eslan at Falador Herb Patch, and you will get 2 merit mill seeds. But I'm not going to bother, so have fun waiting for the next 20 minutes until the hub patches are done. Alright, after waiting approximately 20 minutes, it doesn't matter if you were logged out or not. If you were logged in, you should get a message in your chat box that you probably thought to yourself that you should check your crops. Once you get that message, just go back to Keldagrim and harvest the crops. If you would destroy or lose your Kelda hops, I think
Короче, тут такая история, блядь. Меня уебали. Ты лучше в 521 не заходи, там двое. Они меня уебали, суки. Весь мой лут опять нахуй. Вот я говорю, ходи вот так, блядь. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. Только ты не заходи в этот мой мир. Тебя там тоже ёбнут. Опасность, опасность. Ой-ой-ой. Мне дали там. Мне там дали. Пиздецов. Вот поэтому я говорю, что по минимуму, вот видел там, как эти чуваки, они вообще были полностью голые, только со стрелами и вообще ничего с собой. Туда так и надо ходить, наверное, чтобы терять нефиг было, просто тупо, блядь, сет какой-то и, ну, и все. Ой-ой-ой, так где эти мои башмаки? Пойду я, наверное, 70-й левела были оба. На алтарь. Ну, пойдем, сходим разок, и тогда я буду уже, наверное, за округляшки. Сходим разок, давай. Там, блять, опять мне лутинг-баг надо брать. Как он меня заебал, лутинг-баг. Возьму маул с собой, чтобы сдохнуть, блять, с ним. Чтобы интереснее было сдохнуть. Что хастану? Хастанешь? Что значит хастанешь? Так, 10 этих, 10 этих. Потом телепорт домой. Ну, я не знаю, как это делать, как перекидывать. Если зрители сами захотят, я же не могу их перекидывать. Они же живые, как я тебе их перекину. Если человек захочет, он сам к тебе придет смотреть. Они люди вольные. Ну, я считаю, это неправильно. Кто захочет, как ты можешь, ну, перекину я, человек уйдет сразу же, если ему, ну, мне интересно, как ты можешь так зрителей перекидывать, это же не какие-то там, знаешь, печенье, блядь, или какие-то камни, что ты можешь перекинуть их. Я тебе ничем не могу помочь. Так, что мне надо было? Лутинг-баг. Потом... Я, короче, лучник маул возьму с собой. Тоже возьмешь? Что, проебывать веселей было? Так, сейчас я... Бля, я что-то всегда еще с собой беру. Или я не беру. Так, подожди. Хоп. И лутинг-баг. Место для лутинг-бага, правильно? Правильно. Да, ну нормально тогда. Так, Эджил. Лутинг-баг возьму этого. Лутинг-баг. Все, я готов, лучник, я иду. Так, подожди. Если так... Не, вот это место самое толковое для маула. Все, я лечу. Так, 330-й. Давай, 330-й, 330-й. 330-й. Песни, блять, какие-то такие. Ой, я выключил. Молодец все. Кому тут надо? Я к этому заходил. Риот Дэй. К нему заходил. Риот Дэй. Я, короче, жду тебя на обелиске на 44-м левеле. Ну да, на обелиске на 44-м левеле, там на этом. Блять, я к алтарю упал. Ладно, иду не к алтарю, а к амулету. Давай, на алтарь иду. Хорошо, давай. Сейчас я туда телепортнусь. И хопнусь в твой. А чё, ты прям так чувствуешь, ну, что лагает миры? Я, ну, как бы не чувствую разницы. Одинаково вроде все. О, я тут. Так, сейчас я хопаюсь тогда к тебе. О, вот ты. Так, я сейчас выпью range и strange. Все, погнали, погнали, погнали. Андрознер, я же тебе говорил, не, я не буду хостовать. Во-первых, я не умею, я не хочу. А во-вторых, люди, кто захотят, они сами пойдут тебя смотреть. Ты же не можешь заставить людей. Смысл, я хостану, и они уйдут. Зачем это делать? Кто захочет, он сам пойдет к тебе. То же самое, представь, ты смотришь фильм, к примеру, ты смотришь фильм по телеку, да? Тут хуяк какой-то, блядь, там, я не знаю, телеканал Перец, нахуй, выскакивает. Ты же ясно пень, ты его выключишь, ты же не будешь его смотреть. К примеру, потому что ты же не это смотрел. Смотрел свой фильм. Ну, к примеру, я тебе говорю. О, хопнулся в моем ворлде был, хопнулся пиздюк какой-то. А, это маг. Бля, сейчас ебался успел. Сука! Ёбаное задупление. Это 99-й, я его не могу пиздить. Я его не могу. О, 120, блядь. 100. Нихуя тут в моем волде мясо опять. Тут опять у них этот партий дикий. Я хопаюсь нахуй. 444. Это что за мир вообще? А, все. Тебя тут нет, если что. Сука, закрыл дверь, уёбок. Слагаутница, живет сучка. Вот, блядь, какой. Сука, его дверь спасла, блядь. Он твоей схемой, лучник, воспользовался. 465. Короче, я буду просто, блядь, по тебе хопаться. Что там был? Там трое, мираж. А, 491, давай. Давай, next. Нет никого. Давай, next. Тоже никого. Тоже никого. Дверь открыта.
Заебал там пердеть. Что ты пердишь, блин? Хули воняет. Долбоёб, блядь. Пардон.
Тут тоже никого. Бля, у меня никого нет вообще. Пусто. Вообще. А, у меня кикнуло нахуй еще. Еще и кикнуло, блядь. Ах ты, вот у меня был этот пиздюк, который тут эти саморок вино пиздит. Заморок вино. Сам. Ну этот, конечно, меня прикольно наебал, бля. Просто перед мордой дверь закрыл нахуй по тапкам. Да у них там это, блядь, вино нахуй вообще беспонтовое. Давай я начну с 302-го. Вот на амулетах там лут так лут, блядь. Хлопнул так хлопнул. Триста четвертый, давай. А, 117-й, вот собака, блядь. Да, но там никого нету на этих амулетах, понимаешь, в этом есть весь прикол. Там никого нету. Иду к тебе, иду. Блять, меня кикнуло, ёбана в рот. Нахуй я использовал, ёбана в рот. Я не могу его атаковать, лучник. Тащи его сюда. Я его не могу атаковать там. Там не мультизона, блядь. Или что за прикол? Да. Забегай в алтарь, я начну его пиздить, если там, ну... Да, побежал, блядь, сучок. Он будет съебываться сейчас, наверное, блядь, мерзавец.
If you would destroy or lose your Kelda hubs, I think Wind the Gardener will give you one for free. After you have this, let's go to the eastern side. So let's go back inside the building, climb up one of the two staircases, and get across the river through the second floor. And we now need to go back to that Laughing Eye Minor Inn.
Кто зашел?
Let's climb down the ladder. And just east of the big building, enter that inn. Inside the inn, you'll find some stairs next to the door. Climb those to the second floor. Then go to the southeastern corner, where you'll find a red dot. Pick up the pot from the table and talk to the NPC Vladimir.
Потом этот кругляк, и он сразу full хп.
Select the fourth option. Do you have some spare yellow?
Сначала шарк, потом этого краба.
Yep, that's a good deal, and buy some for 25 PP, and he will put it inside of your empty pot. Next, use 2 buckets of water on the fermenting vat, the big one on the eastern wall.
Блять, я тоже лоханулся. Я, короче, блядь, думал, сейчас, короче, использую спешл на луки, одену маул, и на мауле спешл.
Then use the barley malts on the fermenting vat.
На мауле уже спешла больше не было. Обидно, обидно.
Then the Kelda hops. And then lastly, the ale yeast. And now you'll get a message in your chat box that the contents have begun to ferment. So once again, we will need to wait approximately 10 to 15 minutes while the brew ferments. You will get another message in your chat box to say when it's done. Now be sure that you do not turn the valve next to the fermenting vat, because that will drain it and you'll have to start over all over again. And to get another set of Kelda hops, I think you can get them for free from Rind, but then you will also need to buy some more ale yeast, barley malts, and buckets of water. So just do not turn the valve. Just wait 10 to 15 minutes until you get that message in your chat box. Now if you do not have it already, you will need to have a beer glass for when the fermenting vat is done. So have fun waiting for the next 10 to 15 minutes, and I will see you back when it's done fermenting. Okay, apparently it only took like 5 minutes. I get a message in my chat box. Perhaps I should check on the Kelda stout. Once you have this message, turn the valve. Now it will be in the little barrel.
Здесь, да, мультизона, а сюда убегаешь, смотри.
Okay.
Все, мультизоны нету. Уже опять меня кикнуло. Два вина. Богач. Это тебе повезло. Это ты всю кассу забрал. Два вина. Блять, меня кикает, заебало. Целых 2 вина. Я вообще никого не вижу, блядь. Вилд вообще умер. Нет людей в вилде больше. Все. Только какие-то покеры, которые, блядь, меня хлопают. Все, больше никого нет. Так не должно быть. Это неправильно. Это неправильно.
Ну круто.
Ну опять кикнут, блядь. И кто-нибудь-то, блядь. Несите уже кости там заряжать какие-нибудь. И еще банк, чтоб с собой лямчик был. О, заебись. И убил. Блять, опять. Вот ты тебе фартит на них, блядь. Где ты их находишь, блядь, я не понимаю. Блять, опять игра нахуй. Блядь.
Это ёла не фить.
75 кого, вообще красавчик.
Не надо мне.
Красавчик. Ой, я одного тоже пиздюка встретил. Один съебался. Thank you. Давай. You're welcome, блядь. Это пустой нахуй, ну, сука. А полный съебался. Блять, меня кикнули опять. Сука, мафия. Стоят вдвоем, один пустой, второй полный. И он съебался, который отвлек. Я дал на него, я не мог вообще. Но этого даже не мог сагриться. То есть нажал, а он его почему-то не бил. Так же было. Ну да, я хлопнул того второго, он пустой. Вообще еще пишет, типа, я люблю тебя, братан, типа. По кому он тут стреляет этот? Накопи хоп. Надо уже закругляться, блядь. Он уже все. Финиш. Финито. О, опять этот пиздюк. А вот теперь убегает, сучок. Ну куда ты бежишь, бля? Что ж ты сейчас не пишешь I love you, братан, бля, все дела, нахуй. Сука, успел 2 кости закопать только, блядь. 48к. Неплохо. Две кости закопал только. Дурачок, блядь. Так, разъебись нахуй, парень. Да отстань ты, блядь. Бег кончился, блядь, еще. Ну, я вот первого уже хлопнул. Сейчас, если я останусь, будет, знаешь как, меня хлопнут, я проебу все, нахуй. Не, ну давай, хуй делать. Только я не хочу, мне самое обидное, если я Маул проебу. Это будет самое обидное. Это я не хочу проебать.
Okay, apparently it only took like 5 minutes. I get a message in my chat box. Perhaps I should check on the Kelda stout. Once you have this message, turn the valve.
О, еще одного самца нашел. Этот с вином, наверное. О, да, этот с вином.
Okay.
У меня полный лутинг баг. Я сваливаю. Или тебе помочь надо 331. Давай, сейчас я зайду, если там все заебись. Да, я сваливаю. У меня полный этот инвентарик. Тут 106 левелы. Что-то они странно хопнулись, блядь. Я полный, все, блядь. А где там? Я полный. Мне надо в банк нести все. У меня полный лутинг баг. И это... Фул инвентарь. Вот, у меня, сука, пиздит один уебок. Что за прикол, блядь? 60-й левел. Я вообще пиздить не могу, что за хуйня? Вот. Все, он меня убил. Сука! Блядь. Уебок. Он меня убил, мразота. Маул мой, сука, спиздит. Пойду голый сейчас.
Apparently it only took like 5 minutes. I get a message in my chat box. Perhaps I should check on the Kelda stout. Once you have this message, turn the valve.
Там лута у меня, блядь, на 100 тысяч было, блядь, лутинг баг. Еще я проебал, нахуй. Я голый. Это да, бля. А ты там что, убил его или ты съебался? Сейчас меня эти монстры еще убьют нахуй. Ой, блядь, пиздец, нахуй. Вот я неудачник, нахуй, пиздец. Сука, блядь. Вилдер такой, дикий ПКшник, блядь. Пойду, может, что-нибудь заберу у него там. Блядь, пока туда телепортнешься, нахуй, это пиздец, уже, блядь, посидеешь 30 раз, блядь. Просто. Гномы ходят. О, вон мне показывает, где меня убили, типа. Сейчас я пойду, блядь. Сейчас мне 24 хп, нахуй. Давай еще этот спешл по мне, уеби, нахуй, этот колдун ебаный. Что он тут мне оставил? Вино нахуй оставил, долбоёб. Тут еще он мне оставил. 22 тысячи он мне оставил. Все забрал нахуй. Поглоед, блядь. Пиздюк нахуй. Все забрал. Такой вообще, блядь. Маул мой забрал, блядь. Все деревья вырубишь, да? Я же говорил, что так будет. Вот я говорил, что меня сейчас хлопнут совсем, блядь, инвентарем. Надо было убегать сразу. Хуй знает, что я не побежал. Так, поехали, давай. С 20-го левела. Ладно, ребята, я все буду закругляться. Сейчас я бегу, телепорт. Всем спасибо, кто смотрел. Всем до завтринка, наверное. Давай, лучник. Отомсти там за меня. Я все, уезжаю в Ламбридж. Уезжаю в Ламбридж. Ну ладно, все. Ребята, всем покеда. Всем пока. Давайте. До свидули.
This is how we fucking party.
Запитання Вадиму.
This is how we fucking party.
We must be ready for a new danger. And this is very, very important. You'll know when it comes, with warning and without any warning. The atomic bomb. Nuclear energy. Duck and cover. The atomic bomb. Nuclear energy. Duck and cover. Now, we must be ready for a new danger. And this is very, very important. You will know when it comes, with warning and without any warning. The atomic The atomic bomb. On an atomic battlefield. Duck and cover. Duck and cover.
Throw your hands up if you.
So once again, we will need to wait approximately 10 to 15 minutes while the brew ferments. You will get another message in your chat box to say when it's done. Now be sure that you do not turn the valve next to the fermenting vat, because that will drain it and you will have to start over all over again. And to get another set of Kelda hops, I think you can get them for free from Rind, but then you will also need to buy some more ale yeast, barley malt and a bucket of water. So just do not turn the valve. Just wait 10 to 15 minutes until you get that message in your chat box. Now if you do not have it already, you will need to have a beer glass for when the fermenting vat is done. So have fun waiting for the next 10 to 15 minutes, and I will see you back when it's done fermenting. Okay, apparently it only took like 5 minutes. I get a message in my chat box. Perhaps I should check on the Kelda stout. Once you have this message, turn the valve. Now it will be in the little barrel. Use your beer glass on the Kelda stout, the little barrel next to the fermenting vat. You will get it in your beer glass. Once you have this, climb down the stairs. Let's go north, and let's go back to the Drunken Dwarf, just north of the pub, with the building with a lot of red dots in it. Open the door. Try to find the Drunken Dwarf and talk to him about the red axe, second option. And he will sober up. Just skip through the dialogue and you will see a cutscene. Alright, after giving him the beer, open the door and go south. We're now going to the minecarts once again. Just keep going south. Pass the first transportation sign. Just keep going south until you see the southern wall. From there, go east and you should see a second NPC near the most southern train track. If you follow this train track, you will see that there are wooden boards, so you can't go through. That's why you need to talk to the most southern cart conductor. Ask about the closed tunnel, the first option. Next, go back northwest, and I will need to go back inside of that big building. I will need to talk to the director of the company that we have joined during the Giant Dwarf quest. So climb up one of these 2 stairs and go to your company. If you've forgotten which company you have joined, you can't really go to your Giant Dwarf quest log because it isn't written in there. You will need to ask every single director of every company, and the director that doesn't redirect you to his secretary is the company that you have joined. So when you found which company you've If you've forgotten which company you have joined, you can't really go to your Giant Dwarf quest log because it isn't written in there. You will need to ask every single director of every company, And the director that doesn't redirect you to his secretary is the company that you have joined. So when you've found which company you've joined, talk to the director and select the third option. Can you help me with the boarded tunnel? Alright, and he will help you. Next, go back southeast and go back to the most southern tracks, to the cart conductor that we have just talked to. Alright, here at the most southern track, write the second card, and now you're able to ride it and go inside of that tunnel. Now be sure that you have at least 2 inventory slots in your inventory, because we will need those to get through this next puzzle. You'll also see a cutscene of a lot of train tracks across an abyss. Once the cutscene is over, a little bit south of the track you will find a dwarven machinery and a box. Search the box, and you'll get a green and a yellow stone. Next, control the dwarven machinery. Now we need to reach the axe, but before that we will need to reach all the 3 squares that are marked blue, because there are more stones in those, because we will need those stones. First, click on the most left junction, and you'll put a green stone in it. Click on it again, and you'll change it to yellow. We will need that yellow stone. Next, click on the next junction, a little bit below that, where the green marker has gone to. Now you'll see that the green line has been lined up to the blue marker. Click OK, then write the card on the train track. Now you just need to wait for your card to be at that blue marker, and there you'll find another box. After your character has get off the minecart, search the box. You will get an extra green stone. Write the train card again, say yes, and you will be teleported back to the start. Control the dwarven machinery again, and now you will need a green one, then a yellow one, and then another green one. Click OK and write the card once again. And here you'll find another box, search it, write the train card again to get teleported back to the start, control the dwarven machinery, and now we will need to place first the yellow one, control the dwarven machinery, and now we will need to place first the yellow one, then another yellow one, green and green, and now we've completed the first part. To reach the first X, click on OK, write the train card, and we should see a cutscene after the card has reached its destination. Alright, here. Just ignore the conversation and just go east. Just keep crawling east, and there you'll find a cave entrance. Enter the cave entrance. But first we will need to have completed this cutscene, so just keep waiting until the cutscene is over. Alright, after cutscene is over, click to continue. And it's now time to do part 2. First, all the stones has been removed, so search the box. Get some stones, then control the dwarf machinery, and once again, starting from the left side, click on the junction, and we will now need first a green one, then a yellow one, and then another yellow one. Click on OK, write the minecart, search the box for more stones, write the card, click to continue, control the dwarf machinery once again. Now we will need to have a yellow one, then another yellow one, then green, green, okay, and write the train card. Search the box, get another stone, teleport back, dwarf machinery, and now we will need to do green, green, yellow, green, and yellow. Okay, write the train card. And after this section is done, we will be ended up in a sort of library. After the card reached that library, we will need to search every single book or bookshelf. Alright, now search every bookcase. And you will open up a book. Just close it, search another bookcase, and then now you just need to do this with every single bookcase. Also, if you see a crate which you can search and that are the only ones with paper on it, also search those. Once you've found 3 different things that you can read, you can skip searching every single bookcase because there are only 3 things that you can read. The rest is nothing interesting. I have already found 2 things that I have opened up that I am able to read. Alright, when I found the last one, go east and yes, move deeper into the mines. And now it is time for the final part of the train tracks. So once again, search the box, get some more stones, control the dwarf machinery, and now there are no more blue marked places where there are boxes. But let's start from the left side once again. First we'll need to place a green one, then another green one, yellow and yellow. Click on OK, write the train card. And at this location there will be another box with some more stones. Search it. Get another stone. Write the train card once again, teleport back to our machinery, control it. And now we will need to do 3 yellows. Then a green, green, green. Click on OK. Write the train card. search the box, teleport back, use the draw for machinery, and this is the final one. So first we'll need to place a green stone, another green one, then a yellow one, green, yellow, green, yellow, and then another yellow. Click on OK. Write the train. Yellow one, green, yellow, green, yellow, and then another yellow. Click on OK. Write the train card. And after this card has reached its final destination, we will get another cutscene. And after this long cutscene is over, the quest is pretty much completed. Alrighty, after the cutscene is over, let's go back to Veldeban. If my character wants to start moving, okay. Let's go back to Veldeban on the west side of Calgrim City. Alright, when you've returned to the quest start, open the door, talk to the commander, just keep pressing the spacebar. And now to complete our quest, we will need to go to the eastern side of Calgrim. We will need to have a beer and a kebab. So let's first go east and cross the bridge. Be sure to drink a stamina potion dose. And before we can buy a kebab, we should need approximately like 2 GP I think, to be able to buy it. So after crossing the bridge, just go back to the Drunken Dwarf's house, east of the bridge, and at his house, just go a little bit southwest, and southwest of his house, you'll find Kujit. Talk to him inside of that house, then select the first option to buy a kebab. Once you have this, go south, southeast, and go back to the Lover Mining Inn. So go back to the pub and a minigame sign, enter the pub. If you do not have a beer already, buy one from the barmaid, and when you have the kebab and the beer in your inventory, either drink the beer or eat the kebab, and both of them will trigger a cutscene. After this cutscene is over, we will have completed our quest. And congratulations, you've completed Forgettable Tale of a Drunken Dwarf. You're awarded with 2 quest points, 5,000 farming and cooking experience, and also 2 mature Dwarven Stouts. Now these Dwarven Stouts temporarily boost your mining and smithing by 2. This was my guide how to complete Forgettable Tale of a Drunken Dwarf quest. Hopefully it helped.
Я тебе поймаю.
Нет, не поймаешь. Я убегу в самую старую каменную...
Hi, and welcome to my guide of the quest card. Of Tranquility. The quest requirement is Creature of Fan Constraint, and the only stat requirement is 25 farming. Items needed is a Ring of Karas. If you've lost it, you need to pickpocket Dr. Fangenstrain in his tower of his castle. And you'll also need a rake, a seed dibber, spade, a filled water watering can, secateurs, a gardening rake, a seed dibber, spade, a filled watering can, secateurs, a gardening trowel, 2 plant cures, and a filled plant pot. These 9 items can be easily bought at any farm shop near any herb patch, except for Muscle Harmless. Then you also need 3 cabbage seeds, 3 onion and 1 marigold seed. You can buy these from the Grand Exchange, pickpockets from a master farmer, or you can simply buy them from the seed seller in the Draenor market. Then you also need a fly or a regular fishing rod, a hammer, a pestle and mortar, and a rune or pure essence. Now it is also recommended to have 5 super compost. Because these will give your farm patches 2 extra lives. You could use regular compost, which you can easily buy from any farm shop, just like the other items, but that will only give your herb patches 1 extra life. Now you also need a game necklace of at least 2 charges, at least 2 teleportation methods to Porpas Meadows, either via an ectophale or via the charter boats, but that will cost you approximately 1.6 thousand GP per trip. Then you'll also need like 2 teleports to the Ardoin farming patch. one teleportation method to Edgeville, one to Draenor. I will be using one glory charge for each. Also a teleportation method to Catherby, 4 to Falador, and then 1 to Lumbridge. And then lastly, one teleport to Varrock. You might also need a couple of coins if your patches will become diseased, so you can go to the nearby farming shop to buy an extra plant cure. Where to start this quest is in the garden of the Varrock Palace. Talk to Elamaria. Just skip through the dialogue by pressing the spacebar. And then just select the first option, I would happy to help. Just keep pressing the spacebar once again, and now we will need to go to the wise old man in Draenor village. But first we will need to be able to pick up this list. Because you will need one empty inventory space, so you will need to drop a certain item, pick up the list, read it, and now you will need to go to Draenor. So teleport yourself to Draenor village and head to the wise old man. When you're there, talk to him. Select the first option about Queen Elmaria. Keep pressing the spacebar and he should ask you 7 questions. When you answer all these 7 questions correctly, he will enchant our Ring of Karas. For the first question, you can't really use your numbers on your keyboard, so you will have to use your mouse and select option B, show them a range of colors. Question 2 about the Drunken Dwarf, select option C, take his generous gift. Question 3, select C again, definitely. For question 4, select option A, put on the silly helmet. For question 5, select option C once again, you of course be K Master. For question 6, option C once again, I will do whatever you ask. And then for the final question, select option C once again, if I do, I will let you know. And then you'll see that your Ring of Karas has now an A next to it. These 7 questions correctly, he will enchant our Ring of Karas. For the first question, you can't really use your numbers on your keyboard, so you will have to use your mouse and select option B, show them a range of colors. Question 2 about the Drunken Dwarf, select option C, take his generous gift. Question 3, select C again, definitely. For question 4, select option A, put on the silly helmet. For question 5, select option C once again, you of course be K Master. For question 6, option C once again, I will do whatever you ask. And then for the final question, select option C once again, if I do, I will let you know. And then you'll see that your Ring of Karas has now an A next to it. Just like the first option. Then select that first option. And then you'll see that your Ring of Karas has now an A next to it. Just like the first option, thanks. Once your Ring of Karas is enchanted, let's go northwest and go to Eslan at the Falador farming patch. So just keep going northwest, enter the cabbage field. Keep going north until you see the tool leprechaun, exchange it and store your super compost, and then talk to Eslan, pretty much near the tool leprechaun. Then select the first option, do you have any Delphium seeds to spare? And now we just need to keep using the charm option, so select the second option, then the third option. Now you just need to keep using the charm option until he will trade the seeds for marigold. Then select that first option, I will grow you some marigolds. Next, rake the flower patch. Then exchange the tool Leprechaun, grab a Super Compost, use it on the flower patch, and then use your marigold seed on the flower patch, and now you just need to wait for it to be fully grown. Now let's hope it doesn't die, and let's get the other seeds. So I'm going to exchange the tool Leprechaun, deposit a bucket, get an extra Super Compost, and let's now go to Port Pass Meadows. If you have not completed the quest Goes Ahoy yet, you will need to go to the bank Meadows, 1 point fail, and you're arrived. Next, go west and go to the Port Pass Meadows farm. Once we have arrived, we will need to talk to the gardener of Port Pass Meadows, which is called Lyra, and once again we will need to ask for the orchid seeds this time, but then we will just need to keep using the charm option. Keep using the charm option until she will trade it for some onions. Alright, finally, when you have 3 options that you can choose the first one. I will grow you some onions. Then once again, rake one of the 2 allotments. Select your Super Compost while you're raking and use it, and hover it above the allotment. Wait until the allotment is cleared. Use it. On the patch, then use 3 onion seeds on it. Drop your weeds, and now let's go to Ardoin. So teleport yourself to the Ardoin farm patch, either via the cloak either via the medium diary completed cloak or via a regular Ardoin teleport, and head yourself to the farm patch. We need to do the exact same thing with Kragan, the farmer at the Ardoin patch, asking for some seeds and keep using the charm option. Before I'm going to do that, I'm going to exchange the tool Leprechaun, drop the bucket, grab a Super Compost, and talk to Kragan. You have some snowdrop seeds, and now just keep using the charm option until you need to grow him some cabbages. And it's a deal. Break one of the 2 allotments. Select your Super Compost and hover it above the allotment, and now just wait until your character has done raking it. Use it on the allotment. Dip the seeds in the patch, drop your weeds, exchange it to a Leprechaun, drop the bucket, and let's now go to Berthope. So grab your game necklace and select the first option. Next, go south-southeast and go to the inn. Enter it via the northern door. Then go southeast inside of the building, and there you should see a door going outside. If you go outside via the southeastern door, you should find Bernold. Talk to him. Keep pressing the spacebar. Then select the second option, the charm option, and then select the first option, accept the deal. And now use your plant cure on the diseased vine grapes just south of the wall. Then talk to Bernold again, and he will mention a druid. So now we will need to go to Taverley. Click south on your minimap and wait for your character to run to that location. You may drop your vial, you don't need it anymore. Now just keep going south until you reach Taverley. Let's go east because we will need to go to Alain the guy that protects your regular tree patch on the eastern side of Taverley. So let's pass the Druidic Circle, east of the Witch's House building, and then just south of that quest start, you're already at the tree patch. Talk to Alain. And select the first option. I need to ask you about strong plant cures. Then do not select the charm option, just select the first option. Is there anything you can suggest? Next, use your hammer on your rune or pure essence to smash it into shards. Option, is there anything you can suggest? Next, use your hammer on your rune or pure essence to smash it into shards. Then grind those shards with your pestle and mortar and use that dust into the plant cure. Next, use your game necklace and get back to Berthope, or you can simply run back if you don't want to use a game necklace charge. Just get back to the garden, going through the inn, and use this darker green plant cure on the diseased vine grapes, and they will be cured. Talk to Bernald, and he will give you fine seeds. Next, we will need to go to Edgeville. Actually, we will need to go to the monastery just west of Edgeville. So first I'm going to the bank and grab a stamina potion. And now let's go west and go to the monastery just west of Edgeville. North of the monastery, south of the sheep, you will find a small cabbage field and 3 different kinds of roses. Next, near the roses, you should find Brother Athletic. Talk to him. Then select the second option, the charm option. And he will ask you to dump the ring inside of the Edgeville well. Let's do that, so let's go back east and head back to Edgeville. What you also could do is destroy your Ring of Chaos, but then you will need to go back all the way to Dr. Frankenstein's castle. You could, if you are on Necromancy Spellbook, that could be a little bit faster, but since most of us are not using Necromancy Spellbook, just go back to Edgeville, right click and use your Ring of Chaos on the well, just northwest of the bank. And now let's go back to the brother, next to the roses. Because we have dropped the ring inside of the well, he will agree to give us some seeds. So let's talk to him. Try to take a seed from a rose. Alright, after talking to him, try to take a seed again, and he will allow you to take some seeds. Take seeds from every single kind, the red, the pink, and the white rose seeds. Once you have these 3 seeds, let's go back to Edgeville. Now it's time to fish the ring out again. So let's go back to Edgeville and use your fishing rod or your fly fishing rod on the well. And now you just need to wait until your character has fished your ring out. This could take a couple of tries, so if you fail, just use your rod on the well again. Finally got the ring back, equip it, and now we will need to go to Catherby. Teleport to Camelot, or get yourself to Catherby. Now I just need to talk to that Danteria woman and select the first option, how could I grow a white tree? And now just keep selecting the charm option once again. Charm option once again. And now she will say that the last white tree is located on Ice Mountain. So teleport to Falador. Go north. And let's go to White Mountain. The white tree is next to the Oracle from the Dragon Slayer quest. So let's go back northeast, following the brown path. And let's go back to Ice Mountain. Alright, west of the monastery, let's go west and climbing up the Ice Mountain. When you see the Ice Fiend, just go north until you see the Oracle of the Dragon Slayer quest. You'll also see a little dead bush sign on your minimap. Near the Oracle you will find a white tree. Use your secateurs on the white tree to take a sapling. Once you have this, use it on the filled plant pot and you'll get a white tree shoot. Now let's go back to Falador and check up on our marigolds. If you have a watering can in your inventory, use it on the shoot to water it. If you don't water it, it will not turn into a sapling. So I'm now going to Falador, check up on my marigolds, and also grab a watering can from the Tool Leprechaun. Hopefully the marigolds has not died, else I will need to go back to Draenor and buy some more seeds. First I'm going to exchange the Tool Leprechaun, grab my watering can and use it on the tree shoot. Be sure that you water your tree shoot. You can deposit your watering can once again. Now my marigolds have not finished growing yet, so I'm going to check up on my other patches. So I'm going to use my Ectophil. I'm going to check up on my onions. The onions are not diseased, else I would have gone to the Porpoise Matters bank, grab some coins, and then I will have to buy a plant cure from the farm. Okay, now I'm going to check up on my cabbages. First I'm going to grab some cash, so if you're set, let's go. Now let's see, the cabbages are not diseased. Since all three of my patches are not diseased, I'm simply going back to Falador. And now I'm just going to wait near my marigolds and wait until they are fully grown. You don't really need to run this part. Marigolds and on your onions. Alright, when your marigolds are fully grown, pick them. Then talk to Eslan. Select the first option that you have some marigolds for him, and he will trade them for Delphium seeds. Now let's go to, let's say, Port Pass Mattis, and now we will need to wait for our onions to be fully grown. Now, what I actually didn't really notice until maybe a couple of years ago, that there's always a farm shop near a herb patch. So for example, here in Port Pass Mattis, the farm shop near this herb patch is just a shop inside of that farm. I think the woman's name is Alice from Animal Magnetism quest. For the farm shop near the herb patch of Falador, it is just inside that building, south of the cow field. Just north of the loom. You'll find also a woman that will sell you farm stuff. For the one in Catherby is pretty obvious, it is just directly next to the farm patch. For Ardoin, it is a little bit further away, but there's also a farm patch. And then lastly, for the herb patch on the Troll Stronghold in Trollheim, there's also a farm shop, but that is actually the Tool Leprechaun. He will also sell you plant cures and other farm stuff. Now, because of the rewards of the diaries, we have a 6th herb patch now in Masla Harmless, but there isn't a farm shop just yet. Alright, let's now just keep waiting for these onions and cabbages to be fully grown. I'm bored waiting. I'm going to try to plant them already in the garden of the queen, so teleport to Varrock. And let's go back to the queen. Hopefully we can plant these already. If not, it's just an extra time waste. But then it's just extra time for our onions and cabbages to grow. I will need to grab a second Varrock teleport from the bank. Hopefully I will not forget it. When you're back here in the garden, rake the vine patch on the western wall. Use your vine seed and hover it over the vine patch. Just wait until your character has done raking. Use it on the vine patch. Next, let's go a little bit south. Rake the Delphium seed just on the southern wall once again. And hover your Delphium seeds above that patch. Plant them. Rake the white tree patch just next to it. Hover your sapling above it. You don't need to water or use compost on any of these patches. They will grow automatically. Full health. I think the queen will do that. Probably her servants. Alright, plant the sapling. Rake the 3 bushes and then just use the corresponding seeds to the patch. The western one is pink. Alright. Rake the red one. Plant the red one. then lastly the white one. The white, plant the last seed, and now let's go to the bank and grab that extra Varrock teleport. One Varrock teleport, and let's go back to Port Tasmatis. And the onions are still not done. Great! Have fun waiting, I guess. Oh, first let's go to the tool leprechaun, because we will need to use our 2 last super composts. Now be sure to not get attacked by the random vampire, so let's stay north of this allotment. And now we just need to wait for these onions to be done. Have fun waiting, I'm going to do something in the meantime. Alright, when you get a message in your chat box that you should check on the cabbages and onions that you've planted. Talk to Lyra. Alright, when you get a message in your chat box that you should check on the cabbages and onions that you've planted, talk to Lyra. Alright, when you get...
Чё? Не, я квест прохожу. Во время, через полчаса где-то. Через полчаса? Чё? Да. Ох.
a message in your chat box that you should check on the cabbages and onions that you've planted, talk to Lyra. Select the first option that you've made the onions and she will give you 2 seeds. Let's now go to our join. Let's check up on our cabbages. Now if you did not get the message about the cabbages, that means that your cabbages has been diseased. So buy a plant cure and get back to the cabbages immediately. And use a plant cure on your diseased cabbages. And then you just need to wait for an extra cycle, maybe even 2. And wait for your cabbages to be fully grown. But since I have used a super compose and they got 2 extra lives, just say to Kragan that you've planted his cabbages and now you'll get your snowdrop seeds. When you have these, let's teleport back to Varrock. If you haven't already, go to the tool leprechaun near the tree patch of Varrock, grab your 2 regulars or super composts, and let's go back inside of the garden. Open the kitchen door, exit, Now when you enter the garden, you will see 2 plant pots. Use a regular or super compost on both of the plant pots. Then use the yellow orchid on the eastern plant pot. And then use the pink one on the western one. Then rake the snowdrop patch on the eastern wall. Wait for your character to be done. Hover your snowdrop seeds above the patch already. Alright, drop your weeds, drop your buckets maybe, for some less weight. And now when we are done with these, talk to Elmaria. Select the first option. What am I supposed to do with the statues? And she will give you a trolley. Let's first go to Falador, so teleport yourself to Falador. And in the center of the city, you'll find the statue of Saradomin. Use your trolley on the statue of Saradomin to trigger a cutscene. After this cutscene is over, we will have the statue on our trolley. Alrighty, when the cutscene is over and there is a 40 marker above your trolley, let's right click and push it once. Then go stand south of the trolley, right click and big push, and let's push it north. Follow it north, right click, big push once again. You should need to do this approximately like 3 or 4 times, and then you should be teleported back to Varrock. When you're in Varrock, use a big push once again. Follow it, a second big push, which shouldn't follow it once again, maybe do a small push. Then maybe 2 regular pushes east, then stand north of it, 1 push to the south, then 2 pushes to the east. Then stand north of it, 1 push to the south, then 2 pushes to the east once again. So you're still able to stand north of it, and then just do a big push south, maybe twice, until it reaches the wall. Go stand east of it, do another big push. It's 1 square too far away, so let's stand east of it, push it singly, fucking hell, push it 1 square west. Do this in the doorway, big push south. Alright, push the trolley in between the 2 orchids, between the 2 plant pots, do another big push. Then push it next to the table and do a big push so the statue goes south. Then do a little small push so it is next to the statue Plinch. Maybe let's push it next to it. Once it's next to the Plinch, right click the fourth option, place. And you'll take the trolley once again in your inventory. Now that the statue has been placed, let's go to Lumbridge. And let's get the second statue. After this statue is placed, you just need to wait for the snowdrop seeds to be fully grown, and then we have completed our quest. So here in Lumbridge, let's go a little bit east. And near the entrance, you will find two statues. Use your trolley on the southern statue. This is the one of a king. This will not trigger a cutscene. Let's stand west of it, do two small pushes to the east. Stand south of it, a big push north. Then let's do another two pushes north, or maybe even 3. Stand west of it, big push, and go across the bridge. And once the statue is on the bridge, this should trigger yourself teleporting to Varrock. Alright, when it does it, once again, do 2 big pushes. Stand north of the statue. Do a small push south, and then just do another 2 big pushes east. Pull the trolley, we'll stand north of it, big push, let's push it to the wall or the fence. Pull the trolley, we'll stand north of it, big push, let's push it to the wall or the fence. Stand east of it, another big push. Should maybe be 1 square too far, so let's pull it. Then do a big push south. Then do a big push to the eastern wall. Once it's next to the plinch, place the trolley or place a statue. Now we need to talk to Elemeria. And now once again we will need to do a little bit more of the waiting game for our 2 orchids and for the snowdrops to be fully grown. After you think these are fully grown, let's talk to Elemeria. And if they are fully grown, she will say that you will need to get her husband the king, and if not, you will still need to wait for these flowers to be fully grown. So have fun waiting once again. Alright, when you think your snowdrops and your orchids are done, let's ask for Elmaria for the confirmation. When she says to get her husband, let's go back inside of the castle. Via the kitchen, via the back door, then open the door just south of the kitchen door. Just go south, enter the smaller room south, and inside of that room, or near that room, you should find King Rold. Talk to him. Select the first option, ask him to follow you. Then select the second option, the charm option, once again. And after he follows you, the quest should be completed.
Все, Деня, можешь идти в комп. Деня.
Alright, after the cutscene is over, skip through the conversation a little bit, and congratulations, you have completed the Garden of Tranquility. You are rewarded with 2 quest points, 5,000 farming experience, an apple tree seed, an acorn, and 5 guam seeds, and also a compost potion 4. This compost potion can be used on any compost bin filled with regular rotten contents, which will make the regular compost change into super compost. So for example, if you put 15 cabbages in a compost bin, then use this compost potion on that bin, it will transform into super compost after those 90 minutes, except for regular compost. Also, let's pick a fruit from the white tree patch. You're only
Че, пойдешь в комп?
Hi, and welcome to my guide of the quest.
Меня зовут Лив. Я виртуальный посланник Рено Каджар.
Все, стрим подходит к концу. Всем пока.